A common question I hear quite often goes something like this. Why do we all pray the same words from the same prayer book? Don't you think God is tired of hearing the same thing so many times a day? Millions of people saying the same thing at the same time. How could this possibly be entertaining for Almighty God? A similar question can be asked on this week's Torah portion, Naso. It's the longest single portion of the entire Torah. At the end of the portion, we read about the 12 tribes bringing a special offering for the inauguration of the tabernacle in the desert. What's interesting is that the Torah describes in detail what each tribe brought as they brought it, yet each tribe brought the exact same offering, which begs the question, why the repetition? The Torah spends around 80 verses, that's longer than entire portions, just repeating itself and only changing the names and dates. Seemingly, it should have said the details of the sacrifices once, and that all tribes brought the same thing each day. For a book written in the most precise manner, even without one extra letter, all this repetition seems out of place. But Torah is teaching us a powerful lesson for life, and that is that while our destinations may be the same, the sacrifices we make to get there are different. And therefore, each person deserves to be independently highlighted for their gift and contribution, even if on paper it's the same as someone else's. Reuven and Shimon were two brothers and had many of the same life experiences, but that doesn't make them one. They aren't stripped of their personal identity and journey of life. Each one has their personal unique perspective, nuanced by their perception, emotional and psychological makeup, IQ, attitude, creativity, taste, hobbies, and passions. There are no two people exactly the same. On paper, the daily sacrifice each tribe brought in the tabernacle was the same, but what it meant to each one was very different. When it comes to our daily prayers, it's the same thing. The words of the Siddur may be the same, but each one of us saying it is unique. One person prays from a place of piety, while another from a place of sin. One could have been coming from a week of intense study, while another from a week of vacation. The meaning behind the words, the emotion that goes into it, the individual interest, passion, and life experiences create a unique blend shared by no one else in the world. Perforce, no two prayers are the same. God never heard the same prayer twice. Not only in contrast to someone else am I unique, but I am constantly changing too. My own prayers from the morning to the evening and from one day to the next is spiced differently, depending on my mood and focus. For the poor man, a donation of $10,000 is gifting away his lifelong savings. But to the super wealthy, that same amount may be irrelevant and meaningless. Regardless of how we are feeling today, of what we've done today, of our capacity to focus today, of our mood right now, we have a sacred opportunity to approach Almighty God in prayer and connection. God is always eager to listen to my unique form. I wish you a good Shabbos.